From the PEP Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are covering at this hour. In a major overhaul, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services will lay off 10,000 workers and shut down entire agencies, including ones that oversee billions of dollars in funds for addiction services and community health centers across the country. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. criticized the department he oversees as an inefficient, sprawling bureaucracy in a video announcing the restructuring Thursday. He faulted the department's 82,000 workers for a decline in Americans' health. "I want to promise you now that we're going to do more with less," Kennedy said in the video posted to social media. Kennedy acknowledged that it will be a painful period for the nation's top health agencies, which are responsible for monitoring infectious diseases, inspecting foods in hospitals, and overseeing health insurance programs for nearly half the country. Overall, the department will downsize to 62,000 positions, losing 10,000 jobs through layoffs and another 10,000 workers who took early retirement and voluntary separation offers encouraged by President Donald Trump's administration. HHS provided on Thursday a breakdown of cuts at the Food and Drug Administration, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Institutes of Health, and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. 3,500 jobs at the FDA, which inspects and sets safety standards for medication, medical devices, and foods. Those jobs are cut. 2,400 jobs cut at the CDC, which monitors for infectious diseases and works with public health agencies nationwide. Should mention worldwide, too. 1,200 jobs cut at the National Institutes of Health, the world's leading public health research arm, and 300 jobs at the Center for Medicaid Services, which oversees the Affordable Care Act marketplace, Medicare, and Medicaid. In its statement, HHS said it anticipates the changes will save $1.8 billion per year. Now, that sounds like a lot, but it did not provide a breakdown or any other details about the savings, and the department has a $1.7 trillion annual budget, most of which is dedicated to funding Medicare and Medicaid programs used by older, disabled, and poor Americans. In yet another example of capitalist rainbow washing, Anheuser-Busch has pulled its sponsorship of yet another Pride Festival, this time in the company's own hometown. "We are devastated this year that our hometown brewer, Anheuser-Busch, has declined to sponsor Pride Fest after more than 30 years of partnership," festival organizer Pride St. Louis said in a March 25th press release. At a time when many sponsors have already reduced their contributions, this decision is especially painful. "We are saddened to lose such a historic supporter of the LGBTQIA+ community in St. Louis." According to the organization, the festival is now $150,000 short of last year's funding total, thanks to the loss of Bud Light parent company sponsorship and reductions in other sponsors' contributions. Pride St. Louis Director of Diversity, Inclusion, and Outreach, Jordan Braxton, told KMOV that representatives for the St. Louis headquartered beer company informed the organization of their decision over the phone. "They decided after 30 years they would no longer sponsor our event," Braxton said. "That hurt us very much because we are all homegrown here in St. Louis." The move comes after Anheuser-Busch withdrew its sponsorship of San Francisco's 2025 Pride celebration earlier this month. Braxton told KMOV that she sees the company's decision as a direct result of the current administration's efforts to dismantle diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives in both the federal government and the private sector. "The president's always talking about coming after people that disagree with him, and of course the DEI cuts are having a lot of effect," she said. Webster University marketing professor Eric Riney told KMOV that Anheuser-Busch's primary target market left a strong message that they are not in support of social causes, such as support for LGBTQ. With the backlash to a 2023 social media partnership with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney. After Mulvaney posted a short Instagram video promoting the beer brand, conservatives called for a boycott of the company, posting videos as they dumped out Bud Light and fired semi-automatic rifles at cases of the beer. Anheuser-Busch was widely criticized for its response to the anti-LGBTQ plus backlash, which included a statement from CEO Brendan Whitworth essentially apologizing for the partnership with Mulvaney, and the company's European CEO promising to never again speak out about controversial issues. To make up for the loss of Anheuser-Busch's sponsorship, Pride St. Louis has launched its hashtag 45 for 45 fundraising campaign, seeking community donations for its 45th annual festival. Well, isn't that special? We, on the other hand, at PEP Radio, strongly encourage every LGBTQ plus nightclub, tavern, pub, and other establishment where alcohol is sold to dump all Anheuser-Busch products, all of them. Scrap them all. Get rid of Anheuser-Busch. Get them out of your bars. Get them out of your establishments. Boycott the brand that turned their backs on us as soon as some right-wing wackadoodle spoke out. No Bud Light at your next pool party. I don't care how much you like it. Put that crap down. Dump it. Pour it down the drain. Let it run down your storm drain. Who cares? Then, when you're done drinking, get off your butt, get down to the nearest nonprofit organization, and volunteer. Get involved. It's time we start fighting back. See the resources page on the Pennsylvania Equality Project website, paequality.com, for more information. That's the news at this hour. What are you doing? Why are you still listening to us? Go volunteer. But my job is to say back to more music here on PEP Radio.